This is a problem, J Prince, and I'm gonna tell you like this: if you're 60 years old
Mm.
and you trying to be a street nigga, you failed. You failed. You failed. You failed. I'm telling you this.
Y'all, this isn't some industry beef. This is a full-blown war that's been brewing in silence until now. Maize just dropped a bomb. He exposed a private call between J Prince and Takeoff, something nobody saw coming. And now Prince is snapping. I'm talking full-on meltdown, threats, damage control, everything, but it doesn't stop there, because Maize didn't back down. He clapped back, and the way he aired out Prince? He said what a lot of folks have been thinking for a long time but were too scared to say. And it's all unraveling while the streets are still demanding answers about what really happened to Takeoff. That night in Houston is still looking funny in the light, missing footage, silenced witnesses, and two names that keep popping up, J Prince Jr. and DJ Pat. Now, this private call changes everything. And here's the real kicker: if what Mase said is true, Prince isn't just guilty of bad PR. He might be covering up something way deeper. Before this video is over, I'm gonna show y'all the receipts, witness tweets, video clips, podcast threats, bail cover-ups. Social media is calling J Prince a fake community leader, a cartel-style fixer, even saying he's got blood on his hands. Buckle up. This isn't your average YouTube drama recap. This one goes all the way back to Takeoff's final moments, the mob ties connection. And why Prince is panicking now that the wrong person is speaking out. So here's the setup. Mase had been playing it cool for a while, but once Prince started throwing those little subliminals on the $1 million worth of game podcast, the gloves came off. Mase and Cameron had stayed quiet about the Houston situation for months, but apparently, Prince crossed a line. According to Mase, he heard a call where Prince was allegedly talking to Takeoff just hours before his death, and what he said on that call. Prince was pressing Takeoff about some behind-the-scenes loyalty issues. And it wasn't in a friendly, big bro kind of way.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing: when you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little niggas. Like the way you talking, I don't get what you mean.
This wasn't some respectful disagreement. Mase basically said, Prince has been moving funny, trying to control narratives behind the scenes. And once Takeoff stopped playing ball, things went left. And the timing? That's what's got people shaken. This alleged call supposedly happened the same night Takeoff was gunned down outside that Houston bowling alley, a dice game, an argument, shots fired, and Takeoff gone at just 28. But once Mase spoke out, Prince lost it. He jumped on social media, tossed out veiled threats, and even doubled down on his earlier comments shading Offset for not being there for Takeoff. Remember what he said? You wasn't really there with Takeoff when he was alive.
Nigga, you wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive. You know what I mean? So
that's what sparked the whole Offset versus Prince drama, with Cardi B even jumping in to back her man. But now that Mase is speaking on this private call, Prince is back in damage control mode. Except it's way too late. The streets have been talking, and they're tired of the silence. One fan on X put it perfectly: nobody respects J Prince after Takeoff died on his watch. And here's where people really started side-eyeing J Prince and his whole mob ties empire. After Takeoff was killed, it didn't take long for Patrick Xavier Clark, aka DJ Pat, to get arrested. But here's what doesn't sit right: dude was able to post a $1 million bond and just walked out of jail like nothing happened. Fast. Like somebody with real power didn't want him sitting in a cell too long. And remember what's been floating around online, that J Prince walked right past Takeoff's body and said, "Don't ask me none about that." Even crazier, J Prince Jr. requested his name be removed from DJ Pat's bond condition paperwork. If that's not a red flag, what is? They were all together that night. Why remove his name? Unless he's trying to distance himself now that all eyes are on him, and it's not just DJ Pat. Remember Cameron Joshua, aka Lil Cam Fifth? He got picked up on unlawful weapon charges right after Takeoff was killed. He's tied to mob ties records. Guys connected to J Prince Jr. keep ending up at the center of body bags. Yet Mob Ties is still out here acting like they're the victims. The streets aren't buying it anymore. Even before Takeoff, we already had a warning sign with Duke the Jeweler. He flew into Houston, checked in with Mob Ties, played some dice, and ended up dead. Same formula. Same silence. And once again, J Prince's name was floating in the background. Y'all remember that footage of J Prince telling his shotgun man to fall back? That was weird. Like, real coordinated. It's starting to look like a pattern. Invite a rich artist to Houston. Make them a check-in with Mob Ties. Dice game. Argument. Security looking clueless. Someone ends up dead, then Prince comes out with one of those fake deep messages about black on black violence, and grief is the price of love. Man, miss us with the PR. Where were y'all when blood hit the pavement? And to this day, not one of the Princes showed up at Takeoff's funeral. Suspicious? Maybe there's a reason. Maybe they know they've allegedly got blood on their hands. Meanwhile, J Prince Jr. is out here tweeting stuff like, "Don't wear jewelry around vultures." But if you knew your guests weren't safe, why even bring them into that setting? Why didn't you warn Quavo and Takeoff if things were already hot? If you're a check-in and system can't even keep people alive, what's it really for? Quavo was reportedly arguing with J Prince Jr. right before those shots rang out. And now, new clips show Prince brushing off the whole situation like his name isn't tied to it, like Takeoff wasn't just killed under his crew's supervision, and right after J Prince threw his little shots on $1 million worth of game. Mase went nuclear. He didn't just defend himself. He came for Prince's entire reputation. Live and direct. We not your little.
And I'm going to tell you another thing. When you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little niggas.
It's like a pattern now. Invite a rich artist to Houston. Make them a check-in with Mob Ties. Dice game. Argument. Security standing around looking clueless. Someone ends up dead, then Prince drops one of those fake deep messages about black on black violence, and grief is the price of love. Man, miss us with the PR. Where were y'all when blood hit the pavement? And to this day, not one of the Princes showed up at Takeoff's funeral. Suspicious? Maybe there's a reason. Maybe they know they've allegedly got blood on their hands. J Prince Jr. is out here tweeting stuff like, "Don't wear jewelry around vultures." But if you know your guests aren't safe, why bring them into that environment? Why didn't you warn Quavo and Takeoff if things were already hot? If your check-in system can't even keep folks alive, what's it really for? Quavo was reportedly arguing with J Prince Jr. right before those shots rang out. And now new clips show Prince brushing off the whole thing like his name isn't tied to it, like Takeoff wasn't killed under his crew's supervision. Right after J Prince took his shots on $1 million worth of game, Maize went nuclear. He didn't just defend himself. He came for Prince's entire reputation. Live and direct. We not your little, and the way Maize said it? That wasn't some Twitter post. That was a gut punch. He was speaking for everybody who's felt controlled by the check-in game. Prince has been running for decades. What made it hit harder? Cameron co-signed the whole thing. He didn't step in. He didn't disagree. He just sat there and let Maize cook, a rare move for Cam, who usually plays it careful. Now fans believe Maize might have been sitting on that leaked call for a minute, just waiting for Prince to play himself. And boy, did he. While all this heat was rising, Offset had mostly stayed silent. But once J Prince tried to drag his name into it, implying he was never really there for Takeoff, Offset snapped. And right behind him, Cardi B jumped in, making it crystal clear they weren't scared of Mob Ties. And you know Cardi, she doesn't bluff. That was the moment fans realized this wasn't music politics anymore. Prince had just been called out by a mainstream celebrity power couple, and now his street cred is crumbling under a microscope. Here's the part most people miss. Big names have been backing away from Prince. First, Drake. He used to be all over Mob Ties mentions. Now, Nothing. No posts. No reposts. Silent. Even though J Prince is literally the reason Drake got his shot through Wayne and Young Money, Drake's been ghosting J Prince Jr. since Takeoff died to Jay-Z. Same thing. Word is HOV hasn't responded to any mob ties peace calls since 2023. And y'all know Jay, he doesn't make public beefs. He just stops answering. Why? Because these guys have corporations behind them. Billion-dollar brands. They're not trying to get caught up in federal investigations, especially with all the rumors tied to the Takeoff case, and now that Mase is out here spilling behind-the-scenes convos, there's no more hiding. The silence doesn't work anymore. The whole reason mob ties ever had power was because of that check-in tradition. You come to Houston, you link with J Prince Jr., and you're supposed to be protected. But that whole system is collapsing. Duke the jeweler checked in, ended up dead. Takeoff checked in, ended up dead. Now fans are tweeting, this is why nobody checks in anymore. The dudes asking for respect can't even protect their guests. Even Cali artists are speaking out, calling the check-in game a trap, the power flex for local gatekeepers trying to seem bigger than they are, and honestly, once Mase said out loud what everybody's been whispering, that Prince is just a failed street in Oz. A wannabe mob boss, the internet couldn't unsee it. Let's talk about something really sketchy, the witnesses. The night Takeoff got shot, there were at least 40+ people outside 810 billiards and bowling. We've seen the clips. We've heard the crowd. So why haven't more witnesses come forward? Word is, some of them got threatened. People online are accusing mob ties of paying folks off, erasing footage, and making sure DJ Pat took the fall alone. And now one of the wildest theories, J Prince Jr. was arguing with Quavo, and Takeoff wasn't even involved, but he still got hit. Was it an accident? Or a warning gone wrong? Here's where it gets even crazier. Sources close to Mase and Cam's circle say there's a real chance that call between Prince and Takeoff was recorded. Maybe by accident, maybe on purpose. But that audio might exist, and word is, Cam and Mase have allegedly been holding it, just in case Prince tried to pull something. If that tape leaks, it could expose everything. What Prince really said to Takeoff. Whether he threatened him. Whether he tried to pressure him into something he didn't want. And remember, this isn't just anyone. This is Mase, the same man who walked away from Diddy, battled the industry, and came back swinging. If that call gets out, that's game over for Prince's image. That's the real mob ties indictment the feds have been watching. And we're not just talking rap fans anymore. Every time Prince or his sons get on camera talking slick, someone's listening. And with Mase speaking up, they're listening harder. RICO laws don't care if you're a rap legend. They care about alleged witness tampering, alleged threats, organized crime patterns, and when you've got Offset, Cameron, Mase, and a whole fanbase saying you've got blood on your hands, no label can protect you. No city can protect you. And all those check-ins? They mean nothing if your name ends up on that paperwork. Through all this noise, we have to remember, this is about Takeoff. A peaceful dude. The quiet genius of Migos. Never about drama. Never chasing clout. Just bars, family, and vibes. And the fact that his life got cut short over a dice game with people who claimed they loved him? That's the real tragedy. Prince posted his condolences on Instagram, talking about grief is the price of love. But real ones don't want to hear that when you let blood spill on your watch, and walked away like nothing happened. The streets are demanding real answers. Not tweets. Not PR. Not cryptic podcasts. Real answers. What Mase did wasn't just a clap back. He opened the floodgates. He proved the fear around J Prince is cracking. That real ones aren't afraid to speak anymore. And that if Prince doesn't stop trying to control the story, he might lose it all, from leaked calls to feds listening, artists distancing, and witnesses going ghost. This story is far from over, Prince snapped. Mase clapped back. Now the world's watching. Drop a fire emoji in the comments. Hit that like button. Tap subscribe and turn on notifications, because I've got even more coming next.